my naked face and eye. No makeup on, obviously, because I'm going to work out, and who wears makeup to work out? You just don't. I just got some coffee and a boba bar, which is like kind of like a little protein bar thing. I am on my way to the workout class with my friend Whitley right now in Tacoma. So it's a little bit of a drive, but it's worth it because I really like it. It's like, I like lifting by myself, but like a class like this is really fun with people. It's just fun to like mix it up a little bit. So we're gonna do that 4 times this week. So today's a pretty busy, today is a pretty busy day. So I'm gonna go do that first, and then what am I doing after that? Oh, and then I'll update you more on this later, but I have to go to the foot doctor to go pick up my orthotics that they made specially for my feet. I'm actually so excited about that. I have a foot deformation, which I'll explain more when I'm done working out, but for now I'm gonna go work out. So yeah, okay, you'll see me after. Hello from a lot more sweaty, tired Taylor. I just finished that class and I cannot feel my legs or my butt cheeks. The class that we do is bar, which I don't know if you guys know what that is. If you don't, you can look it up, but it's really, really hard. I talked about it in a previous video, but I did not think it would be that hard. And we had a different teacher this time than we normally have, and so she worked, like, she just had different exercises and different muscles and stuff. And like, you literally have a Charlie horse in your all of your butts, all 7 of them. You literally have a Charlie horse in your butt for like an hour straight, and she'd be like, keep going. I'm like, I physically cannot. Like, my body is cramping up. Like, it's so painful and it sucks so much, but it's also so good and I really like it. If you've never tried it, you should try it. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm on my way to go pick up my orthotics now at the foot doctor, and I will update you on what that's about and what's going on if you're curious. If you're not, you can leave the video, I guess, but that's where I'm gonna go right now. Well, I just got them. These things freaking cost an arm and a leg. Hi! That's not gonna be good. This lighting is not gonna be good. Now it's really dark, but I had to close the blinds. So I just got home, still like sweaty and gross, and I need to get ready, and my room's a mess, and there's a lot that needs to happen today. I just went to go pick up the orthotics from the foot doctor, and I'm assuming you want to know what's wrong with me since you clicked on this video, or I don't know why else you would have clicked on this video. Basically, I have a deformation in my left foot. That's like literally what they called it in like the doctor's notes or whatever. When I went there, they wrote deformation of left foot. So like literally I'm deformed, which kind of sucks, but it's not like that. Oh wow. I haven't even taken these out yet until just now. These are some expensive little puppies. It's pretty cool how they do this. They use like the doctor held my foot up like in a straight position, and this lady came with like literally an iPad. We are in the future. She came with an iPad and just was like beep 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 beep, scanned my foot, and they know the shape of my foot. So let's see. Oh wow, that is really comfortable. That's why they're so expensive. Comfy. I wonder if they're like much different because my feet are different. I can't really tell. A little bit, because my left foot is the one that has the issues, so it has a little bit more of a higher arch in the inside, I think. So this is what's wrong with me. Let me let you know. First of all, I went and picked this up, and then I went and got a smoothie. Oh, it doesn't even say it. From Zoe Juice Bar in Olympia, which people from around here would know what that is, but it's so good. I don't even know what kind I got. The one with like ginger and greens and stuff, but I don't like mangoes, so I just asked for no mango and more strawberries. Basically what's going on is I have an issue with my foot. I'll try to show you a little bit about what's going on. I just feel like everyone has something. Like there's no way you're gonna be perfect and not have any health issues your whole life. And so when I found this out, I was kind of like, okay, well, it's bound to happen. Like I was a pretty healthy kid all my life, except when I was younger, I had really bad asthma to the point where I had like 2 inhalers and stuff. Crazy story, like God healed me from that and I don't have asthma well, Sometimes I wonder when I exercise, it's like my chest is really heavy, but maybe I'm just out of shape. Don't have asthma anymore. I was a pretty healthy kid, like never had many issues and stuff. We always played sports, so like my parents had all of us play at least 2 sports constantly while growing up. And so we were used to playing sports, and like in track and field and in soccer, you have to do a lot of, first of all, a lot of running and a lot of stretches. And both of those things were always very painful for me, but I thought it was my problem. So my left foot, basically my ankle is the issues. Look at how like a foot is supposed to, I don't know if you can even tell, like your foot's supposed to be able to move and it's like really flexible and stuff. It'll turn in and all that stuff. My left foot doesn't, well, it kind of looks like it's turning, but it's not very flexible. Like I can't go that way at all. It's just not flexible. Every time I ran, it would hurt me, and it just hurt my ankle, and I would tell my parents that, but like my dad is known for having weak ankles, I guess, so like he always had an ankle brace. One of my sisters always had a knee brace, so I just thought I had weak ankles, and so I bought an ankle brace and I would wear that, and it kind of helped take away some of the pain, but it was still painful when I had to run. Both of the sports, like all you do is run, so I had no way of getting around it. Then we would do like stretches with your ankle and stuff where you like spell out the ABCs, and also like runner stretch when you're like on your side. My right foot was able to turn, my left foot would like turn in because my ankle had like no flexibility to it. I couldn't have my foot flat and my left leg out. My ankle like literally turned, and people would be like, put it down. I'm like, I don't know why, but I literally cannot turn my ankles. Everyone just said you just have weak ankles, you just have to work them out, whatever, whatever, whatever. So I would like try to stretch them and all this stuff. My left ankle just never moved, okay? Fast forward in time, I still thought I just always had a weak ankle. I would wear, it doesn't hurt when I like lift or anything, it's just when I put pressure on it, like when I run. So anytime I'd play a sport, like I would have to wear my ankle brace or it would hurt. I'm not which is ironic. I'm not really a runner. I don't like running, but I did in track and field. I did like, well, I didn't do it that long. I kind of quit in the middle of high school, but I did more like sprint stuff because I didn't like running for a long time because that hurt my ankle, and I've also never liked running. In soccer, we had to run a lot, obviously, and it was always painful. I view it differently, like in soccer and ultimate frisbee and that kind of stuff, because you're like chasing something. You're chasing a frisbee or you're chasing like a soccer ball or whatever, so you're kind of distracted. But I've always wanted to be a better runner. Like I just don't have very good endurance. When I graduated high school, like obviously kind of didn't work out as much as I used to in high school, and we all know that situation, but I kind of started to get a little fluffy and I needed to work out again, and I was like, okay, I want to be a better runner. So I've never been that good of a runner, but I was going to train for a 5K with my friend because I'm like, that's easy. For someone that's not a runner, that's like hard, because I just don't, running when you're not chasing something, like I'm never gonna get there. Where am I going? It just feels pointless to me. So I was trying to get better at it. So I was doing like the Couch to 5K app, which is really nice. Like it really eases you into it for someone that's like trying to begin running, and I really like it. And I've like tried to start it a few times, but every time like my ankle hurt so bad. And I realized that there was a problem more than just a weak ankle. Was last summer, or whenever I started training for this with my friend, I noticed that my back started hurting really, really bad, and like my ankle would hurt so bad that I just like couldn't finish the run, because every time I'd land on my ankle, I was like, oh, like it just killed me, and I didn't know what was wrong. And then my back started hurting really, really bad, to the point where like when I would go out to restaurants and I was sat for too long, or when I was working at my desk and I sat for too long, my lower back was in so much pain. And obviously like your body needs to be in alignment, and like if your back is in pain, there's probably something else going on if you didn't like directly hurt your back. And I knew I didn't do anything to my back. What I noticed was that I started running again, and that was really, really upsetting my ankle, even though I was wearing my ankle brace. So I'm like, okay, something in my ankle is like out of line, something's going on, so it's affecting the rest of my body. Every time I would get myself adjusted at a chiropractor, my hips would be out of line, and it's because like my left foot always would turn in, and it's gotten worse and worse as I've gotten older, which I'll explain the whole, I didn't know this whole video was gonna be about this, but it takes a long time to explain, so I guess this is the whole point of the video. But anyway, right foot is straight, my left foot like would turn in, and like my parents like knew it was kind of an issue, but it just has gotten worse and worse. And then my back started hurting, so I'm like, okay, my hips are out of alignment, which means my back is in pain, because like that's out of alignment. It's probably turning my spine or something. So I'm like, I know the source of this issue is my foot. So I started telling my parents more. Like it was so bad, we would go to a restaurant and I would have to stand up next to the booth because my back hurt so bad to sit there. Like it was in so much pain, and I feel like I have a really high pain tolerance. Also, I like barely ever cry, and my back hurt so bad I would like almost start crying because it was so painful, and I just hated to sit because it was just so hard for my back. So I told my parents, but I like didn't really want to go get it fixed because I knew it would be expensive and I didn't really want to pay for it, but they told me that they would pay for it. So I was like, okay, please, can we please go? So we go to the foot doctor, who is one of our family friends that we've known for a while, and basically, I'll try to sum up all of this, but we had a few different appointments and also like issues with our insurance company and stuff not wanting to approve because they thought it was like cosmetic, which I was like, it's freaking not cosmetic. This is so painful for me. I had to get like a CT scan and all that stuff for them to see inside. Within the first minute of him looking at my ankles, he tried to move them. He moved my right ankle and then he went to my left and he was like, you have tarsal coalition. And I was like, pardon me, what? He's like, 2 of your bones have grown together. And I was like, what? Like, how? What? When? Why? Why did that happen? Apparently, it's funny too, because my mom would say, like, I used to always, like, I've always worn like flip-flops. I've never been much of like a shoe person, like wearing real shoes. I always wear sandals or flip-flops because it's just easy to put on, like even in the winter. And my mom would always tell me, like, you need to wear better shoes. That's probably why your ankles are so bad, blah, 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 which is funny because it's actually something that happened like in the womb. It happened when I was a baby. These bones grew together without, like, there's nothing I could have done about it. So we did a CT scan for them to see. He did, well, at first he did an x-ray and couldn't tell which bones were grown together and also how much they had grown together, because based on that depends on if you need surgery or if you need just like some kind of orthotics to put in your shoes, depending on how bad it is or whatever. And I'm really young, and he said like it's actually a pretty common thing, but a lot of people don't know because they're either not active or they're just like older and it's already like too late that they don't really do anything about it. So he's like, usually the only people that notice that they have it are people that are active, which is how I noticed because I started running again. So if you're not very active, it probably will never affect you if you do have it. But basically, they took the CT scan and 2 of my bones are literally grown together. So like all of your joints and stuff are supposed to be able to move so you can turn your foot. Left foot, my bones are stuck. So like they don't move. And that's why when I run, I can run on a treadmill and it's not as painful. And I think it's because it's like straight. There's no curves in the road. You're not going uphill or downhill or anything. And so it's less painful because it's just like a straight running, if that makes any sense. So when I was outside, I would always run around the neighborhood and stuff, and like obviously there's hills and stuff and like you're running over driveways, so like there was a lot of turning of the ankle, and like so when it would try to turn, those bones didn't turn and it just was very painful because they were like stuck together, and I'm putting a lot of pressure on my foot, which means it's affecting my hip, which means it's affecting my back. So I was just like making it worse and worse and worse for myself. It would be so hard. Like people would ask me to go out to eat and I was like, no, like I don't want to go out to eat because it hurts to sit. Like I just hated sitting, and I'm like, something needs to happen. So I started being more intentional with like trying to strengthen my core too, because I knew that would help. So I've started working out more again, and it's helped a little bit. My back still hurts a little bit, but it's a lot better. But they decided not to do surgery because more than 50% of my bone has grown together, which they're like, honestly, if we like separate those, they would probably regrow back together anyway, or there's a chance there's a chance that they would grow back together again. They're like, that's obviously a more expensive operation and it might not even work out in the end. These were like expensive, but this is a way cheaper solution, and also I just have to like break them in, wear them an hour the first day, 2 hours the second day, and so on until I can wear them for 8 hours a day. And that's just supposed to help, like on the left foot, it has a higher arch right here to help straighten, because my foot like is turned when I'm standing. It's supposed to help straighten it out. I know I said in the thumbnail that I can't run. That's not entirely true, but it's not entirely false either. I can run, but it's really painful. So that's kind of a bummer that I've come to, is I don't think I can ever be a runner. I'm not even supposed to run in these. These are just supposed to be for everyday use. But I was never a good runner, but I tried to be, and it was so painful, and now I know why. I mean, part of me loves it because I'm like, well, I can't run. So like if someone asks me to go running, I'm like, my foot, I can't go running. I can still like play sports and stuff. It's just painful. Like when I've done ultimate frisbee, it hurts my ankle. Even if I wear an ankle brace, and it's because it's literally my bones stuck together. Like there's nothing I can do about that. So that's kind of a bummer. But you know, I'm like, everyone has to have something, I guess. Like no one's perfect. Everyone has a health issue. Maybe not everyone, but that's kind of how I view it. Like I'm like, okay, well this isn't the worst thing in the world. This could have been like anything else. You know what I mean? Like at least I still have a foot. I was the youngest person in the foot doctor office. They're all like 60, 70 years old. And I was like, I'm 23, so yeah, really healthy. I'm glad to have answers and I'm glad I know what it is, but I don't know. That was just the update. I didn't mean to make this whole video about that, but it's already 14 minutes long, so I just feel like I should go now. So thank you for watching. Sorry that you just watched a whole video about my deformation in my foot. Hope you have a good day. Hope you hug your... my speaker. Hug your mom, kiss your puppy, tell your grandma you had a good day, tell her you love her, and do something nice for someone today. So yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and you know the drill. Okay, bye!